Hi, I'm James Neal. I'm a technical consultant for CompuWare. What I'd love to do today is to talk to you about how CompuWare Vantage can help you measure, understand and communicate the value of service that's being delivered by your SAP application. CompuWare was founded in 1973 and its success has been based on a principle that has remained consistent throughout our 36-year history. And that's a singular focus on ensuring that we deliver value to the business. We deliver software, experts and best practices to ensure that applications perform well and maintain the high level of availability that's required. With CompuWare you get a single vendor with a global presence committed to ensuring that IT deliver on its promise of value to the business. Analysts in the industry not only regard CompuWare as the world leaders in application performance management, but also really defining how application performance management should be done. So how can we help you to ensure that your SAP system is delivering the quality of service that your business demands? Now it's very important we take a holistic approach to this. It's only by viewing the situation from an end-to-end perspective that you can truly optimise your application's performance and stability. The first critical step in that is having an awareness of what the true service quality is. Once you have that, you're able to then prioritise accordingly because you're able to understand what the business impact any degradation in service will have. We need to be able to isolate quickly what the relevant fault domain is, whether that's in your network, whether it's your application servers, whether it's in your NetWeaver tier or in your supporting databases. Once you've been able to dispatch the relevant team, they then need the tools to be able to dive down, isolate and fix that problem. We need to be able to communicate the right information. We need to be able to give that information at the right time and to the right people, whether they're your SAP program directors or whether they're your basis teams or whether they're business leaders themselves. We also need to be able to put into place processes to ensure that we continue to optimise and improve our service quality. So the first step is to be able to understand the true service quality that's being delivered by your entire SAP infrastructure. When people talk to us about SAP, their dream is of having a real-time view, giving them an integrated understanding of every SAP instance they have across their infrastructure and understanding what the level of performance their end users are experiencing. With CompuWare, that dream is now becoming a reality. So this view allows us in a single glance to understand the service quality that's being delivered by every SAP module, and that's for every user in every location around the world globally, and also via every delivery method. So we're not just talking about those users accessing through the SAP web portal, but also through a SAP GUI thick client. And it could even be through thin client technologies such as Citrix or Windows Terminal services. The information is given in real time, so we can see right now what that level of service is. And we can also get historical views, so we can understand what that quality of service has been like for the past 24 hours, over the past month or even years. The service quality is derived from our end user experience monitoring tools. And those tools passively monitor every user performing every transaction around the globe on a 24/7 basis. And all of this great value can be delivered in a matter of days and weeks rather than months and years. So now that we have the awareness of true service quality, we're able to gain an insight into the business impact that any degradation in service will have. Now, understanding business impact requires us mapping technology to business process. So how does this mountain of technologies we in IT manage really relate to the service that's being delivered from an end user perspective? That service quality is derived from our service model. And our service model is able to take feeds from a number of different areas, from component level monitoring tools, from end user experience information, from CMDBs, service desks, and even financial management. And all that information is correlated together so we can begin to understand how a network related problem relates to a business issue. With Vantage, we can help you assess the impact of any downgrade in performance quickly and scientifically using real-time information, ensuring that reality displaces perception. And we can do this because we're monitoring the entire SAP infrastructure in a central location. In this view, we can see that our financials module has had its service downgraded to a warning state, and that has automatically brought it to the top of our list. And highlighting that particular module, we're able to see more module-specific information. we can see that over a third of our user base is currently being affected by that poor performance. And in business terms, we're also able to understand the financial impact of that downtime. Because we're monitoring every single transaction that those users are performing, we can also see if any particular transaction is being affected by that poor performance. In this case, the VA01 create sales order transaction is experiencing over 90% of those problems. So can you imagine what the impact to your business would be if you weren't able to create sales orders? So now we know that there's a problem, and we certainly know that it's something that requires our immediate attention. Now that we're able to validate that there is a genuine problem and one that needs resolving, we need to ensure that the right resolver or SAP basis team are tasked with resolving that issue and returning our service quality to the level which the business demands. If I was responsible for those SAP resolver teams, this is the view that I'd want on my screen. I can see in a single glance which of my SAP modules are being affected by poor performance, and I can also see from a geographical point of view which of those locations are being affected. I can see that users are having issue in North and South America and also in the UK. From a data center point of view, I can see which of my application tiers are being affected. In this case, one of my SAP application servers and the one that's serving my thick client users is having problems. And so I now know which of my resolver teams need to be tasked with this problem, and so negating that whole war room scenario. Those resolver guys can have their own particular views, giving them role relevant information around their specific domains. And so they should already have a heads up and be working on this issue to fix it and return our service quality to that which the business demands. So now that we have visibility of our true service quality, we've been able to prioritise and isolate the particular issue. So now we need to ensure that our resolver team is able to fix that issue and fix it quickly. And to be able to do that, you need to be able to understand the impact of application performance from within the context of the technology tier where that problem resides. And to be able to do that, you can't just look at it from a component level or from an application level, but you need to bring those two worlds together. So this view allows us to bring those two worlds together. So from an application perspective, we can see our most critical and problematic transactions automatically brought to the top of the list. If we highlight that transaction, we can see our component level metrics, and these are the most relevant and crucial metrics to understanding why there's been a downgrade in that service quality. At the top of our list, we can see that the application server CPU usage has plateaued at 100%, and so that's most likely to be the cause of this downgrade in servers. And so we're able to rapidly make an informed decision and ensure that the appropriate action is taken quickly and efficiently. Now that we've been able to identify and prioritise an issue and then isolate and resolve it, we can begin to put measures into place to reduce the risk of it happening again. The next two steps of our cycle are communication and improvement. And from a communication perspective, are we articulating the right results back to the business in terms that they understand? So do the right people have the right views at the right time? And is that view based on factual data? And is it up to the date and real time? From an improvement point of view, are we providing the right information to ensure that our continual service improvement initiatives are being met? Do we have the right documentation and reporting to support any ITIL or Six Sigma processes that we have? Whether you have simple service level objectives or more complicated service level agreements, Vantage can help you bring that data together to ensure that you're delivering the level of service that's required. We can provide role appropriate and relevant dashboards to ensure that the right information is being provided to the right people, whether that's within your SAP teams, your program directors, or more business level leaders. We can help drive initiatives such as Six Sigma or ITIL based on whichever continual service improvement initiative is relevant to you. And all that information can be provided both in the real time and historical, and that's based on the fact that we're able to measure your true end user experience across your entire global infrastructure. In summary, when it comes to optimising SAP service delivery, CompuWare's Vantage has a full lifecycle solution. We can give you a visibility and awareness of the true service quality, and then be able to understand the impact to the business of any degradation in that service, so you can prioritise accordingly. We can help you to isolate the fault domain rapidly and ensure that the right resolver team is tasked with the problem, and so negate the war room scenario. Those teams can be given the right tools to ensure they isolate, identify and fix those problems. And we can give you all this information in role relevant and role specific views, and we can report every single real user in every single location, performing every single transaction and via every interface. And we can help put into place measures to ensure that those results are being analysed correctly and the correct initiatives are being put into place to ensure that service quality remains at the level that your business is demanding. Thank you for your time today. And if you'd like to begin understanding how we can help your SAP system deliver on its promise of value, then please contact us at the following address.